This is that rocker Marty Jannetty, former World Tag Team Champion, former Intercontinental Champion, and now owner of RCW. And what I want you to know is when you're watching Rubber City Wrestling, you're watching real pro wrestling, not that Hollywood studio stuff. Get your thrill with the real Rubber City Wrestling. RCW, baby.
Hello and welcome to another edition of RCW Spotlight. I am your host, the RCW Global Television Champion, your role model Ric Lieb. And with me as always, he is a 42-year veteran of the sport. He is the manager of the heavyweight champion. And of course, he is the star of the show, the legendary Sicilian Beast. Shut up. You know they're making me say that. They're dock and pay if I don't.
Who told you to say that?
Ken Cerminara.
But who told you to say that?
The producers.
I didn't hear it.
Of course you didn't hear it because your hearing is gone.
Huh?
Yeah. Like I didn't walk into that one. You completely baited me. That's
I got
pretty
one
good.
thing to say to you.
What's that?
Huh?
Whatever. Anyway. Today we got a pretty good show. Of course, we're going to be talking about a topic today since we don't have a guest. We're going to be talking about biographies, autobiographies, books.
I might
about
surprise
wrestling.
you with a surprise guest, though.
Okay, that would be awesome. So we'll be doing a little bit of that, and we'll be drinking, which is always good. What do you got me here?
This is a nice drink. It's called Gentleman Jack.
And a little bit of
Coca-Cola.
Coke. Absolutely. Let me taste it. Not bad at all. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, take our first commercial break. When we get back, we're going to go ahead and talk about these topics. See you in 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Hey guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Brent.
And we are the hosts of a Swingin' a Tribe podcast, and we're part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Yeah, we're really just a couple of fans who love Cleveland Indians baseball. So if you love the Tribe, please give us a listen. You can find us anywhere that podcasts are available. Mike, tell us where they can find us on social media.
On Facebook, you can find us at a Swingin' a Tribe MLB podcast, and on Twitter, at Swingin' a Tribe. Go Tribe!
Studio Wrestling is back. RCW, Rubber City Wrestling, is now RCW Global. RCW Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the RCW Network on YouTube.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. All right, so today we're going to talk about autobiographies. And we have a couple of them listed here, but there is a what's the word I'm looking for? Plethora. Yes.
Plethora.
Big word of the day.
Yeah.
You know what the plethora
$15
is?
word.
Do you know what a plethora is?
Yes.
It's a lot.
Bunch of stuff.
A bunch of stuff. Now, right here, Positively page. I know it's older, but it's still my favorite. It was co-written by Larry Smokey Genta, who was a lifelong friend of Diamond Dallas Page. And, you know, DDP, one of my bros. Of course, When he gave this to me, he signed it. But yeah, this one here, it's inspirational. And when I broke my back, I read it again, and it got me wanting to come back in the ring a lot quicker. One of my other favorite ones would be the "To Be the Man" by the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I have that. I wish I would have thought about it. I would have brought it here and showcased it. Now I know that you have a couple up here that you like, the Hulk Hogan one, and of course Kurt Angle.
Hogan, who I met a couple times. Kurt Angle, who I actually knew him since he was 6 years old. I think I told you that story before. My younger brother was friends with his older brother.
Now my little sister really likes the Mick Foley one, "Have a Nice Day,"
which is good.
and Foley is good. She likes those two a lot.
The story about the ear.
Yeah.
Ugh. If anyone doesn't know that story,
You're the Sicilian Beast. You're gonna you were ripping ears off.
I'm a veteran of a severed toe. I could imagine a severed ear.
Oh my gosh.
Well, how the heck would he keep his glasses on?
I don't even know. Well, now it makes sense when I asked you to, we were trying to count, the one day we were counting something, I can't remember what it was, and I'm like, well, just count on your toes, and you only got to 9. Now it makes sense.
That's right.
All righty. Well,
And I knew a guy, he had a real accident with a lawnmower. He was a Hispanic guy. His name is Six-Toe Lascano.
Six-Toe Lascano.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a
Good old Six-Toe.
That's funny. Anyway, so any books that you would suggest people to buy?
Yeah, I like Jerry Lawler's. I met him. He's a good guy. He's a funny guy, and he has a great restaurant.
We didn't get along.
Down in Memphis.
We didn't get along.
Well, I got along good with him. But you know why that is, don't you?
Why?
Because everybody
I don't even want to hear it.
loves Kenny.
Everybody loves Kenny. I know. And it drives me nuts. And nobody loves Ric Lieb. Because they're jealous of me.
Oh. Boo-hoo-hoo. Okay.
Yeah, so I would suggest get Positively Page, and I would suggest get Ric Flair to be the man.
Okay.
And
I liked Lawler's book, and I also liked Austin's book.
Steve Austin or Austin Idol?
Steve Austin was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not bad.
The old sleeping in the car when, money was tight.
Now, why does it sound like somebody's coming into the studio?
Well, I got a special surprise for you.
Okay, I heard something.
Since you and Rogue had this semi-love-hate relationship.
We call it truce, is what it's called.
A truce. I used to have them with my ex-wife a lot. Anyway.
I don't trust this.
But I have a special guest coming in since
I don't trust this at all.
Since everybody is being warm and fuzzy this month, here comes our special guest now. You'll recognize him in a minute. He needs no introduction. Come on in, sir.
Oh my gosh, it is actually a surprise.
How you doing, Rick?
My brother, the
How are you, sir?
RCW Light Heavyweight Champion. Die Hard the Hunter, my brother in the way.
Was you really worried?
Man, your hair, well, yeah, I
He
don't
got the
trust
hair
him.
thing going, don't he?
You got the hair going long.
Well, I'm out doing way business and
Exactly.
gotta look the part. So,
Have a seat.
I am.
Scooch in there, man. What are you doing?
Well, it's kind of tight to the bar, brother.
Well, now you're going to be off camera.
Put a little bit of weight on,
Yeah, I see the arms getting bigger. What's up? Working out on the truck, huh?
Well, that and outside the truck too, but
Oh, yeah,
that's
That's beside the point.
So I gotta ask, man, what's been going on? I've been watching the show, and all I've been hearing is the pouting princess of RCW, Twiggy St. James, running his mouth.
Yeah, as usual. And interfering in my matches now. I guess if one-way member won't give him a match, he thinks that the other one will, but he has to earn that match. Now, he has earned a match against you, but he just got to understand, COVID.
Like I said, when I get paid to put this title on, it'll get on. So,
Right.
I'm not going to do it. The fans want to see this belt defended.
Yes.
Let's be real. The fans want to see me beat the hell out of Twiggy.
They also want, of course they do.
Cindy Johnson don't want that.
No, Cindy Johnson's favorite wrestler is Spike.
Is Spike, by the way.
She's aiming too high.
Right. She's aiming way too high. And, of course, your guy, Alexander Crowley, keeps on pouting about him wanting a match.
I know you're not behind this, right? The guy runs his mouth. First of all, he's called out every champion there is.
He's an ambitious guy, isn't he?
He really is.
But there's kind of nothing you can't blame him. He's hungry.
Listen, he just lost the tag belts fair and square to, of course, Fire and Ice. And he needs
handcuffs not included.
What are you talking about? And he needs to sit back, and if he wants a singles run, because right now, I get it. They still get their mandatory rematch as far as the tag belts are concerned. But if he wants a singles run, he's got to earn it. I'd be more than happy. I've already given him one television championship match, and I beat him fair and square. He keeps trying to say it was that cast. I know. It's like, come on. I tore the ligaments in my thumb.
That thing was so soft, right?
Hey, look.
It wasn't really a
my
cast. It
fist
was more
hurts
like a
worse.
splint. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
just a split. That's
a
right.
foam splint, and he gets, I
Just
mean,
a little brace.
look, I'll give him that he's hungry. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
Titanium.
What?
These wrestlers, have they heard the term "work your way up"? There's rankings, and as far as I've seen, Spike's in that.
Yeah,
ranking.
Spike earned it.
He earned it,
And he'll get it. And if we do this event in August, he'll get his match. And that's, by the way, it's looking good. We might have an event August 14th. So it's not in stone yet, but fingers crossed we get this
fingers,
band.
toes. I mean, the fans are missing us. They are missing us bad.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be surprised out on the road. When's the way going to hit the road? When's the way going to hit the road? The way will get back on the road when it's safe to be on the road.
Be on the road, yeah.
I mean, but this whole thing with Crowley, I'm sorry, and I mean you no disrespect, sir, but shut up, Crowley. Just shut up
And earn it.
I'll tell you what, here's my challenge to Alexander Crowley. If you can beat somebody that's in the ranking list, that's in the top 5 of the ranking list, I'll put his name on the possible challengers to this title.
There we go.
Look, who would you like to meet? Let's say you have the call. You say, I want to.
You want to face this guy?
Who is it and why?
Is it just RCW or are we talking anybody?
RCW first and then anybody next.
I'm looking forward to beating Crowley, but I'm looking a lot more forward to beating the pouting Princess Twiggy. I've got him a special prize because he's not getting this.
Right,
But
right,
I'm going to
exactly.
give him something. And he can put it in his trophy case. He can show his kids. Die Hard gave me this when I attempted to beat
It was
him.
like a participation trophy.
Yeah,
like I was.
that's
giving
what
out-
they all...
Like I like to give out to millennials.
Yeah, and he kind of is in that, that age frame.
Mm-hmm.
But if we open the spectrum up on who I'd like to defend this title
Yeah,
against,
anywhere.
I would love to go against Great Akuma for this.
Oh yeah,
I would
Great
love
Akuma's
to
actually
defend the
on the
Great Akuma.
RCW roster.
But he's just not
he just
active,
hasn't been in yet, yeah.
travel. But I would, I'd forego my pay to defend this against Akuma.
I'd buy a ticket for that.
I would too.
Absolutely.
I'd be standing outside the ring because.
Just watching.
Yeah,
Just a
I would never interfere in the match.
I understand that they're going to, in the future, because of security reasons and whatnot, that they're going to have a metal detector at the matches so no one brings handcuffs in.
Wow, he's funny, isn't he?
Where's he come up with this?
I don't know.
No, we're just looking out for everybody's safety. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness. You're a funny guy.
Funny. How do you mean funny?
Oh, shut
Do I amuse you? Am I a clown? Do I look
Yes.
funny to you?
Yes, you do.
Oh, oh boy.
Hey, real quick, do you have a favorite autobiography by a wrestler?
I'd have to go with Paige.
Yeah, so inspiring.
You guys got me wanting to read it anyway. So
I'll let you
there
borrow
go.
it.
Good.
I trust you. Now listen
Kind
to
of
this.
curious about this one though.
I haven't read it. So.
I have mixed emotion about this gentleman here, but
Yes, but all right, now listen. Real quick, I know that Marty Jannetty's in the middle of making his autobiography. I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm not kissing RCW official butt. I just really want to read what he has to say. And then, of course, I've had a gentleman approach me about that he wants to start doing autobiographies, and he's like, yeah, man. I'm like, man, I'm real interested. And you go, oh well, I wasn't talking about you. I was wondering if the Sicilian Beast would want to do an autobiography.
See that? Already one author is approved.
Dr. Seuss has been banned.
He should have been.
But you have to tell
This is Sean Bryant, I think. Yeah.
Sean Bryant. Yeah.
I'm like, man, that ain't cool.
DeBoer Cassels wants to write my life story.
I'm like, are you kidding me? You don't want to talk about Ric Lieb? And he's like, well, I figured that the Beast would probably sell books. So I'm like, I will find you, and I will hurt you. I get what he's trying to get at. He's trying to be funny.
He's trying to poke the bear.
Oh, he poked the bear.
That's all.
Bear has been poked.
Poking. He's poking, right?
Anyway, I know you got to get going soon.
Yeah.
So anything you want to add before you go, or we?
No, I just happy to get in front of the fans again and tell everyone, give us your money, come and see us.
So what about Global? You gonna make another appearance on Global? I mean, we haven't seen you since you gave Ray that championship match. That everybody keeps saying Ray took a dive for you. By the way,
I have never, ever asked another wrestler to take a dive for me.
I know that is horrible.
This is not boxing, people.
Or MMA.
What's that?
Oh, that's where when Ken Shamrock took a dive for Kimbo Slice after he had him beat and showed everybody who could beat him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, Die Hard, always a pleasure having you on, brother.
All right, man. You guys
Thanks
take
for
care,
coming down here.
and we will see you guys soon. But real quick about Global, the only thing I can say about Die Hard is nothing's for sure.
Nothing's for sure. I like that. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to answer your questions.
Are you looking for a job? I mean, seriously, do you want a job? Then get a hold of ASAP Staffing. ASAP Staffing is located in Barberton, Ohio, 165 2nd Street Northwest. Phone number is 330-203-3106. RCW Rubber City Wrestling.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment.
This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniel.
Mick Foley.
And you are watching
RCW Wrestling from the Rubber City. Rubber City Wrestling. Real pro wrestling.
Not the flippy stuff.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube. Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. Well, fans, it's that time of the show again. You've got questions?
We got answers.
Now, if you would like for us to answer your question on the air, feel free to write us at facebook.com/RCW Spotlight. Ken, what do you got for us today?
This is a great question here. It says, I saw recently that New Jack passed away.
Unfortunately, yes.
Did either of you know him personally? This is from Angel Blaze of Parma, Ohio. Thank you. Good question. Angel.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know him, right?
You didn't know him, did you?
I did not. I saw him on TV. He was good.
Yeah, I knew Jack. And get it? I knew Jack. I mean, yeah.
You knew Jack. You knew New Jack. Yeah.
And honestly, ironically, we were drinking Gentleman Jack today in his honor.
We should change it to Gentleman New Jack.
Gentleman New Jack, exactly.
All right.
But anyway, yeah. New Jack was he was different. he was definitely different. All right. He was reckless in the ring. I even told him many times. I'm like, look, no offense, man. I go, I'd love to wrestle you, but I don't do the hardcore stuff. He understood that. He's like, and that's just it. He loved that hardcore so much that he wouldn't go away from it. And you know me, I'm not a fan of the hardcore doing it. But if I'm gonna watch a hardcore match, New Jack's probably the guy I want to watch. Now, outside the ring, though, man, if people would, I wish that they would have been able to see this guy outside the ring. He was a comedian. I mean, the dude was so funny. And once he knew he had you laughing, he just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. He did a commercial for my old television show that I was on, Pro Wrestling Weekly. Me, Champ John Potok, and of course, Boss's son, Bo Smyrno. And we were doing that show, and New Jack, who was a wrestler on UWC's roster, and had been a guest for ours many times, he's like, he goes, yeah, let me do a commercial for you guys, man. I got this funny skit I want to do. And so we're like, oh, absolutely, that'd be awesome. So he did a 30-second commercial plug where he tells people if they don't watch the show, he's going to come to their house and eat their children. I'm just like, whoa, well, that's different. But yeah, he was funny, you know, and just a cool guy to hang out with. Definitely not what you would expect. You know, like a lot of people, like I watched that autobiography on Dark Side of Wrestling.
Dark Side of the Ring, yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring, yeah, thank you. I watched his autobiography, and somebody had said, I think it was Cornette said, you just didn't know where New Jack ended and Jerome Young began. And that's not true. New Jack was a crazy man in the ring. And Jerome Young was a guy who just liked to ham it up and just be funny. And just have people, you know, New Jack didn't care who liked him. Jerome Young wanted to be loved. And I think he was. I think a lot of people that knew him on a personal level, they enjoyed him. They thought, you know, they knew he was a good guy and just completely funny. So, yeah, he will be missed. I'm sorry I talked too long.
That was good. Good. All right, we have another one. All right. This one starts out, hey, Beast, I need your opinion. What did you think of your show a couple weeks ago with the Rogue on it and the role model in their love-hate relationship?
It's called a truce, people.
I wonder if you didn't feel like Dr. Phil sitting here. You know, you got this one guy over here, I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you. This other one, I love you, I hate you. Well, make up your mind. I mean, that whole thing was so stupid, it didn't know it was stupid. But that's how I felt about it. Thank you.
All right, that
We're
was
going to
pretty
thank
good.
Dr. Phil for coming on.
Was it Dr. Phil that asked the question?
Yeah, no, it's just Kenneth Booth of Castle Shannon, PA. Dr. Phil, that was good. I like that.
That's because you actually know how to do a Dr. Phil. That was a pretty good Dr. Phil imitation.
Whatever gave you that idea? Go ahead.
Okay, he obviously knows this kind of guy. It was called a truce, people. Stop it. Next.
That's it.
There's one more question.
Yeah, but you should be more upset.
I'm not upset with that.
You okay with it?
I'm okay with it. Your Dr. Phil imitation was pretty funny.
Well, good. Thank you. All right. And our last and final question. Do any of you remember AWA, WCCW, GWF, Sears and Roebuck, never mind, and any other non-WWF, NWA promotions from the 80s or 90s? What are your thoughts? From Mark Shepard of Parma, Ohio. It's Parma Day here.
Parma Day.
We haven't heard from Frank from Parma yet, but we might.
We might.
Okay. That's a friend of Cindy Johnson's anyway.
Real quick, yes, of course. That's the wrestling I grew up on. I'm not sure what you grew up on.
Which one did you grow up on? All the
All
above?
of them.
All the above.
Well, GWF, I had already become a wrestler when it started airing on ESPN. But Chaz Taylor, who, you know, Tugboat Taylor and Chaz Taylor were in it, and Chaz is like a brother to me. I mean, sure, I like to punch him in the face, but, you know.
I got to meet him. I like him.
Yeah, great guy. And then you got
he sent us Christmas presents.
Yeah, he did. So I can't dog the guy. Right. No, I you know, my wife refers to Chaz as my Vegas BFF because when we both go to Vegas together for Cauliflower Alley and we're just hanging around each other the entire time. Well, it's because we don't get to see each other until Vegas. I mean, so yeah.
It's a once a year thing.
It makes sense. Well, no, I mean, like when his father passed, I flew to Houston so that I, you know, to go to his memorial type thing. And then, of course, when he had a movie role and he was looking for extras, me and my wife both flew over there, and we were both in the movie, so that was pretty cool.
Good.
And so we see each other more often, but it's like, and of course he's on the UWC. Wow, we're talking about that earlier. Or John and PW. He's on the RCW roster in the super heavyweight division. We just need to get him over here. So
that would be nice.
That's part of the thing.
That would be great.
Right. So, but yeah. Which one did you watch it? I love AWA. Don't get me wrong.
I was always a WWF guy. I mean, I worked for them on and off for 3 to 4 years, and I liked the one on ESPN. It was Global.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the afternoon on ESPN, and
I like
with Percival Pringle, and he'd get on there and he'd do the commentary and he'd carry on. He kicked him! He kicked him! He kicked him! And it'd say he kicked him 28 times, and
that was like his imitation of Jim Ross.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold. Everybody's like, "Oh, Jim Ross, the greatest commentator ever." I'm like, why? Because he knows how to repeat the word Stone Cold. No, the greatest ever. It's a tie. Gordon Solie and Lance Russell.
They were good.
No,
they were great.
They were the best.
Okay. Side question.
I like World Class Championship Wrestling a lot.
I like World Class a lot.
And you know what? One of the things that RCW does that they did, inside the ring cameraman.
Yeah, that's I like that. It's a great idea, and they do that at RCW Global.
And that's why we. Why we do it in Global, is because World Class Championship Wrestling.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Very good.
Jack and Coke was good.
Thank you, sir.
You.
Good.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in, and tune in again next week. Of course, I was about to just throw it away. Did you hear that? I didn't even give us an out.
Go on. Don't.
For the Sicilian Beast Ken Cerminara, I am your role model Ric Lieb, saying join us again next week for another edition of RCW Spotlight. Salute.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's your role model Ric Lieb. I want to thank you for watching the show. If you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit subscribe right down there, and it would help us a lot. I appreciate it.